Is it now really the time for Fergie fights back? As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me today, as ever. And welcome one and all brand new subscribers. And another beautifully, well, nice day so far here in the United Kingdom, but getting very chilly. And as we know, now the autumnal season has just kicked into place. Yes, yeah, I didn't really, you forget about the seasons, don't you? I think you only remember these things when you're at school, walking through leaves. Do you remember thinking bonfire night would be next? The bonfire of the vanities, some people might now be next, of course, for the, well, Duchess of York and the disgraced Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. Things are literally going from bad to worse. Now, since we last spoke, what's interesting is just how many charities have now decided to relieve themselves of the patronage of the Duchess of York. And this is a shame, in many respects. And as many people know, I've known Sarah, the Duchess of York, on and off for many years. But let me just be very clear, you know a public persona, and that's the thing. I first met her many years ago when she was working for NBC, the National Broadcasting Corporation over in America. And even they had a very tough time with trying to curtail Sarah's, shall we say, extravagant expenditure. She would go around the world, around New York, should I say, Bloomingdale's, Macy's, everything was charged, right? And the thing was, this was because they allowed them to do this. And this is the problem, what you have with rich people. They don't think they live by you and I rules. Would you mind? Would it be possible? But they just have it. And that's the problem. You see, it's the world that they live in. I'm not condoning, I'm just saying what I saw, right? Now, the problem that you have on a more serious note is the ramifications that are now falling apart for Sarah, Duchess of York, are incredible because, as we know, she was invited back into the royal fold. She was invited, of course, to certain royal events, and everything seemingly was going hunky-dory until then, of course, her husband, Prince Andrew, well, the disgrace there is for all to see. And as I've often said here on the show, there are two sides to every story. You see, when you sort of try and defend someone or say, look, this is the other side, oh, you're on their side, I'm on no one's side. I present what I find. You see, so far, there have been no definitive allegations against him. By that point, I mean, no FBI arrests, no, proper sort of court summons, anything like that. It's all been very speculative from gossip, from books, from people, etc. So there lies your concrete problem. Until somebody delivers that concrete 100% evidence proof, then the mess that he made of the Newsnight interview, which was a catastrophic mess, but that's Andrew, bumbling, fumbling, thinks he knows the best and thought it went very well. Couldn't have gone much worse. Now, Fergie, right, the problem with her is she believes that if she goes back out into the media world at a certain point, cries enough, dabs her eyes and being a silly girl and I didn't realise and I'm so vulnerable, take it in. Well, that's where she's now looking for now. The fight back starts here with Fergie. She's looking for a particular interviewer that would want to sit down with her and talk about how she got herself in this mess and how she, totally, forgives it all and it's such a shambles and she's just so gullible, etc. The trouble is, will the public believe her this time around? Because there have been so many Fergie bombshells over the years, from trying to buy, sort of inside info to get close to the Duke at the time, to all number of trivialities. Now, as I said at the time of recording this, the difficulty now is that all the things that she set up, say with publishers, with deals going on, with documentaries, films and everything like that, they're either put on hold or they're now written off. Nobody wants to deal with her. This is exactly what the Prince of Wales, Prince William, was now fearing, because obviously he had inside info as to when and how and, at what point would that bomb explode. The bigger issue now for Fergie, as I say, is trying to find someone. And I think I know who she will go to, because they always give her a reasonably soft time. But it's not about whether the televisual interview can, of course, resurrect it one more time like Lazarus. It's about whether you and I, the British public, can say, whatever. The cumulatively idea is to basically say, remove yourself from Royal Lodge, both of you, go and live up somewhere in the Highlands of Scotland, maybe on one of the many houses on the Balmoral estate, live quietly, keep out of the public eye, and maybe people will forget and move on and let the monarchy does what it does best, working on our behalf. The problem is with Fergie, she likes the high life, likes the bigger picture, and certainly has no plans to scour away. She believes, according to a source who I know very well, well, she's done nothing wrong and she just wants a chance to rectify it and prove it. The thing is, have we heard it all before? I'd love to know what you think to this particular story, as ever, in the comments below. And if you can, please be very respectful. No bad language, of course, and no nasties. We don't allow it. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.